Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing out there today? Now, this is obviously a little bit different of a video than we've done in the past. It's going to be kind of hard for me to get through because I'm not used to talking so much, okay? But I wanted to go over some changes that are going to be happening here on this channel and why they're happening. So first and foremost, if you've made a donation, um, before this video came out, I am honoring it. It will get done, so please don't fear like, hey, I donated for a request. It will get done. Okay, I've always made good on all donation requests, and I'm not stopping anytime soon with that, so don't worry about that. But like the title of the video suggests, I needed to make this video because donations will be disabled temporarily. They will be turned off. I won't be accepting any more donation request until further notice, and I don't know how long. This video will go over a lot of information, so if you don't make donations to this channel, haven't ever planned on making a donation to this channel for requests, you don't have to worry. This video isn't for that, and it won't be changing the way you view the channel right now. All content will continue to be free and uploaded here. The only exception being if videos get blocked on YouTube and I am unable to upload them immediately or forever, like it seems like my Beatles Hey Jude will be, those will then be posted on my Patreon, which you can join for as little as $3 a month or any donate or any price range above that you choose. Okay, but as little as $3 a month, you can join over there and see any videos that end up getting blocked on this channel. So I made a little bit of a note sheet here to help me keep track of the points I wanted to make in this video. And the first thing I will go over is why are there donation requests on this channel, right? That's one thing I definitely want to address. No one's really asked me that, but I always thought it'd be nice to share that. So the reason why I have donation requests as an option on this channel is because before I ever made my own channel, I was just a viewer of other channels. I would go and try to find any channels that were reacting to Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, and Metallica. Those are my top three favorite bands growing up, and I've hooked onto those for a long time, and I love seeing people's reactions to some of my favorite songs. Now, with that being said, this is why donation requests exist on this channel. Is because when it comes to those bands, every channel is going to react to the most well-known songs of those bands, right? But as a avid listener of many of those bands, especially Rage Against the Machine, knowing like every Rage Against the Machine song, some of my absolute favorite songs are very deep down tracks that nobody is going to request that they get reacted to, right? Because most people are going to say their most popular songs. So I was like, man, I love these reactors. If only there was a way I could request and get my request bumped up to the front of the line, I would even pay for that because I wanted to see people react to Rage Against the Machine, Maggie's Farm, Rage Against the Machine, Ghost of Tom Joad, Rage Against the Machine, Calm Like a Bomb, which not many channels were going to be doing. Rage Against the Machine, Maria, Rage Against the Machine, War Within a Breath. Like, those are the tracks I wanted to see people react to, but I knew they weren't going to happen, at least not often enough for my taste, because everything else that was more popular was going to get pushed to the front of the line. So when I made my channel, I kept that in mind. I said, I want there to be an avenue that those suggestions could make it to the top. They can get pushed up to the top. And I know that it's helped because people have requested those deep cuts. I've had people say, I've never even heard this song from this band before, and I have followed this band for a long time. So it's working. It's working the way I wanted it to work. Now, I'm not necessarily, views isn't the top of my list. Okay, if I wanted views, there was a band Dimash on this channel that I could have kept reacting to if I just wanted to harbor views all the time. But views, yes, they matter. Of course, I love a video that gets a lot of views, but what I love more than that is finding music that I want to listen to on a daily basis. Okay, as much as I loved watching Dimash and seeing his voice, if I'm being honest, that's not somebody I'm going to listen to on a daily basis, okay? It's not somebody I'm going to play in my car every day. That's the kind of stuff I'm hoping to find more and more of, is the music I don't mind putting on every single day, that I want to show my friends, that I want to show my family when we have a get-together. That is the cool stuff, man. That is really the most special thing to me on this channel. And if that means a video that I find that is a deep cut only gets 100 views, so be it. That's the way it's going to be. But I wanted to explain that's why donation requests exist on this channel, is because I want people to have an avenue to get their special tracks to listen to that they know no other reactors are going to do or even pay attention to. But guess what? You can come here and you can request it through that means, that device, and you can get them front of the line, and I will react to them. Now, what would be most beneficial to this channel is if I only reacted to stuff that I searched in advance and saw how much views it got. And if it got a lot of views, I'd react to it, right? But that's just not the premise of this channel, man. That's just not the route I want to go. Because that would be the easiest thing to do, right? If I get 2 requests and one request gets 5 million views on the YouTube and the other request only got 200 views, it'd be wise of me to go with the 5 million views. I'm probably going to get more people searching for my content that way. But that's just not what I've done yet. If you've noticed, a lot of people say all the reactors react to the same thing. But they've pointed out, hey, your channel has a variety of stuff, and that's the way I want to keep it, man. So I don't go and I don't look at how many views or each video that's getting suggested, requested, how much views they're getting, and I don't want to go down that route. So I hope that kind of explains in a long version of why donation requests exist on this channel. Before we continue, I do ramble on. I don't mean to, but hopefully you can stick with me. I'm not the greatest at talking off the tongue because I tend to just ramble on. So that does exist with me. If you're sticking through the whole video, man, good on you, ladies and gentlemen, because I do tend to ramble. All right, moving along. I just want to thank everybody for the amazing amount of support I've gotten recently with donation requests. It is a good problem to have, right? It's not something I'm complaining about financially, because I love that. It's going to help me upgrade my rig, man. I can get more lighting in here. I can eventually afford a better camera. I've started trying to hopefully work out some audio, but I haven't figured out the right solution here. But of course, donations are going to help me improve my whole setup. I want better lighting in this office. I want to, just improve the overall quality of the videos I produce. So it is kind of dumb of me to actually turn off donation requests, because that's the best form of finances I can get on this channel. YouTube doesn't pay a lot, okay? YouTube, most of these videos that I do, all of the proceedings go to the record labels, right? Not all of the videos, but I would say at least 85% of what I'm reacting to, I don't see a penny from. Even some videos that, like I mentioned, the Dimash, they got 26,000 views. I didn't get a cent from that because that all goes to the record label. So there is not really money in it for the long haul. I can't even replace 1 day of work with what I am going to make in a month off of this channel, right, on YouTube. So of course, the donations are the best form of financial gain on this channel. So it is dumb for me to turn it off, but it is also preservation, and that's what we will get into. It is channel preservation for myself, and I'm going to go into all the reasons why that is and why that exists. But first off, I just want to say thank you so much if you have participated in any form at all of donating to this channel for requests. And I also want to thank everybody who has helped out the channel in other ways, just by joining as a Patreon member, joining as a channel member here on my YouTube, and not requesting, man. Either way, it all works out and it benefits me in a great way. So thank you so much if you've helped out my channel in any of those forms. Sincerely, thank you so much. All right, so one thing I didn't anticipate when I made this channel was that donation requests would eventually come to where I was struggling to get around to all of them and trying to figure out how I was going to work them into my day. When I implemented the $10 request on this channel, I think that I probably had under 2K subscribers at the time, okay? If you look now, I am over 6,500 subscribers, somewhere above that number. So that is a lot of growth since the time I implemented it to now. Now, $10 is just the base request. If you're requesting songs longer, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, up to I think I do 30 minutes maybe, or 20 minutes. I don't know exactly my pricing off the top of my head, but then it gets more pricier. But a song under 10 minutes long is only $10 request. And I say only, but that, yeah, I get it. That for some people that's a lot of money, and I totally understand. But as my channel has grown to be over 6,000 subscribers now, there's been some days where I'm getting 6 requests in a day, 7 donation requests in a day, and I only put out 4 to 5 videos a day. So it's getting to the point to where I'm just like, wow, this is a lot of requests, and I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to drop the ball, and have people wait up to a week's time, which I've had to do here, and it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad because if people are willing to put up their money on my channel and request a video, they're putting their money up front and requesting, I want to get to you in a timely manner. And if I don't, it doesn't feel good to me, and it doesn't feel right to me. I don't want people to start feeling like, hey, is he going to get around to my request? This is is this a scam? And if it's feeling that way, it's not sitting right with me, and a change has to be made. So that's one of the few reasons that we will go over here today about why I have to change the way I'm going to do this is fear of disappointment. Okay. I don't want there to be a problem with saying, hey, I've waited a few days now. You haven't got to my request. I want my money back. Right. Something like that. It's just not the kind of business I want to get into on this channel. So that's part of the change that I'm going to have to make things happen is fear of disappointment. Another point I've got to make on this one is longer recording days. Recently, before this kind of surge of donation requests, I was thinking, man, there's been days I think I had like 7 videos at one point in my channel's history uploaded a day, and it's taking more time out of me the way I've adjusted my videos. If you were here from the start, my videos were only very short. I would react to the artists. I'd say, hey man, that was good, or this is that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you on the next one. Now I've incorporated doing a little bit of background search instead of just asking the viewers. I said, man, let me get off my lazy butt a little bit and do some research on the video. And I've enjoyed that change, but it has made for a longer video, right? A simple 5-minute video of a reaction, it could take 17 minutes of recording as I do research and stuff. That's happened lately. A 7-minute video could take me 21 minutes of recording. That's before I get to the editing, and that's before I get to the publishing. So as you can see, doing 5 or 6 videos, if they're taking me 17 to 20 minutes of video, it creates for a long time. And I really want to put this in perspective. I get home from work at about 3:30 p.m. Okay. Lately, by the time I am done recording, editing, and publishing and pulling it up, uploading it to YouTube, it's already about 7 p.m. my time. So that is about 3.5 hours of me sitting here, and that's daily. That's daily. And so it's kind of taken a toll of saying, man, that's not good because I've got 2 kids and I've got a wife. And although they haven't sat there and openly told me, Dad or husband, what in the world are you doing? Because they're really supportive. It doesn't mean that there's not something weighing on my conscience about how long I'm sitting here and doing this stuff. And it, my brother asked me to move the other day, and I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? I got to record. It wasn't a good pocket to be in. Fortunately, we got that worked out, but it has created longer recording days. I want to try to slim it down my recording days to 4, ideally 4 videos a day, and maybe on high end 5. These last few days, I think I've done 6 every day because of the requests. So another reason I've got to kind of approach this is because the longer recording days that I've been experiencing. The third point I want to go into here is supply and demand. Okay, so with supply and demand, the way that works, and this is going to be probably the more debatable topic, and I can understand if this doesn't sit well with people, but this is a part of what I think is going to help me manage what I can get done as far as donation requests, and that's the supply and demand function of it. So supply and demand was pretty even at first, right? I was only getting so many donation requests and I could meet them all at a good time. The demand has gone up, but the supply doesn't ever change. It's just me as one person trying to produce 4 to 5 videos a day, but the demand has increased. Great problem to have, right? Most people wouldn't complain about this. But from the previous points, I know something's got to be done. I've got to change something if I want this to be sustainable and manageable in the long-term future for me, and not have my channel burn out and me just disappear off YouTube. I have to make sure that I take care of myself, so that I can continue to do this in a comfortable manner. So the demand is peaked, right? So I've got to figure out how to change and meet those demands. And the way that I think I will do it is in the future, the donation requests are probably going to be a higher price. They will be a higher price. Now, if that changes everything for anyone who's ever donated, I completely understand it. I can't hold anything against anyone if they don't ever wish to donate another dollar to the channel. That is the viewers. That is the viewer's choice. It is your money. Please use it as you wish. And if you don't wish to use it on this channel, I completely understand. Okay, and there's no hard feelings at all on my end about anyone who doesn't ever choose to throw a dollar at this channel. That is completely fine. But the channel still will be here and the content will be viewable, and you can always make suggestions, and I hope to get to them as much as I can. So the content's still going to be free for you guys, whether you've donated before, you had planned on donating, and you no longer want to. The content will still be here, viewable for free, and I hope that you at least continue to want to enjoy it, okay? My last point I want to make here is with this break of stopping donations for now, donation requests, and eventually resuming them, this break will allow me to get back into the comment suggestions as well, and that's something that won't ever change, right? I'm looking at your guys' comments. Many of you have had me heart your comment and reply to your comment. I try as much as possible, and I try to make time, really when I'm at work, to make some time to sit there and go through the comments and stuff. So I'm catching your guys' suggestions. Quite a few of you have known that I've gotten around to your suggestions that you've made in the comment section, and you've come on the video and said, thank you, that was me. I suggested this and I recognize your name. So that's another form. It's always going to be here. That's not ever going to go away as long as this channel exists, right? Is getting into the comment sections and reacting to those comment suggestions. So this break will allow me to do that, but also by controlling the supply and demand of that, it will allow me to do it more frequently, to get into the comment sections and react to those comments that are left there. So that about sums up what I want to go over on this video, right? And what I will cut to real quick, like a T, what I'll get around to real quick is that the shortened version of it, okay? So the reason I have to stop the donation request right now is I have to fix the longer recording days that I'm doing right now. Like I said, I'm doing from 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have the fear of disappointment, man. I don't want to have too many suggestions where I'm having people wait a week or longer. That is a miserable thing to do, and I don't want to do that for myself, and I don't want to do it for somebody who's willing to put up hard-earned money on my channel and then feel like they have to wait a super long time and they didn't get the service that they were hoping to get out of this channel. I like to be timely and considerate of the people, anybody, honestly, any viewer on this channel, but definitely for people putting up money, I want to be considerate of you. The third point was, of course, the supply and demand. I have to figure out a way to control the demand, and that's probably going to be increasing prices for donation requests. Once again, I hope there's no hard feelings on either side, because it is always an optional service to donate. And if you can't donate, that's completely fine with me, and I hope it's completely fine with you. I don't expect money from anyone. So it's always just optional. It's completely free choice if you want to or you don't want to. And I have no hard feelings towards it. The last point I made was reacting to the comment suggestions by creating a little break here, and eventually, like I said, bringing up the prices. It will allow me more often to get into the comments and do reactions to comment suggestions as well that are left on my videos. So thank you so much for that. This is just so I can maintain my stability on this channel and not feel overwhelmed, and definitely not hit a burnout phase. I will always try my best to control what I'm able to do, my own limitations and capabilities on the channel as a reactor, so that I don't hit burnout, because I have followed many reactors and I see many of them disappear, right? They either disappear or they totally flip their content where they're no longer doing music reactions. And for some of my favorites, that sucked to see. So I'm gonna try not to be that reactor. Okay, I don't either want to disappear off the scene out of nowhere, or I don't want to flip my content, at least not right now. So let's try to maintain that, and this is one of my forms of maintaining that. So if no other point hit, I hope at least that hits, because I'm sure some of you guys have seen that with some of your favorite reactors, or just even reactors that you visited sometimes, that they either disappeared or they're no longer doing music reactions. Well, I want to thank you for tuning into my Audible book here. And I say Audible book because it was about as long as a book would be reading, right? I'm sorry. I'm long breath, long winded sometimes. But I felt this video was very important and necessary for me to make. And I hope to not isolate myself or create separation between me and some of my most favorite viewers who have definitely stepped up to the plate to help me in a big way. And I feel like there's going to be some of y'all that are let down by this. I completely understand that. But once again, I've got to make kind of big boy decisions and make sure that I'm able to sustain what I am trying to do on this channel so that it doesn't stop. In the meantime, if you wish to still continue supporting, even though donation requests will be temporarily disabled, of course, you can always freely donate out of your will or join as a Patreon member or a YouTube member just to show pure support. That is always an option, and that helps as well towards the goals that I set. Like I said, better lighting, better computer equipment here for me to create videos with. And with that being said, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I understand if the video is liked or if it is disliked. I completely understand either way. I'm pretty straightforward, and I expect you guys to be straightforward as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate that. I know this was a long video, but it gets down to what needed to be said and what I felt I needed to get off my chest here lately. So thank you once again. I hope you continue to enjoy the content. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support, and I'll be seeing you guys on the channel hopefully. Okay, thanks. Bye.